Father, I hate taking inventory.
Now, William, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well.
But this isn't worth doing. It's boring.
Now, William, you're right. It looks like about 30 candles. Let's call it a day.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Dr. Addington.
One lottery ticket, please.
Of course.
Here goes. 1 pine cone. 2 pine cones. 3 pine cones. I won. I won. I can't believe it.
Congratulations. Here you go. 3 pine cones.
I've never won anything in my life.
You know, William, I feel I'm just one step away from turning this into a real moneymaker. Ah, spring! Smell that breeze. On beautiful mornings like this, one counts his blessings and embraces all that is nature.
Father, what are those 2 squirrels doing?
Shut that door.
What was that strange noise coming from Grammy's throat?
I'm not sure. I think it was humming.
Has she ever done that before?
I don't think so.
Maybe she was growling.
No, we've all heard the growl.
That's the one that makes my hair stand up.
James, could I come to the store with you today and help you open up?
Why?
No reason. Just want to be a help.
What have you done with my mother?
Lovely flowers for a lovely lady. Son, have I told you how proud I am of you for doing such a good job with the store?
All right, please, now, just stop it.
You never could take a compliment.
Well, you've never given me one.
James, what's the matter with you?
Me? What about the mad woman of Plymouth?
She's in a good mood.
Well, excuse me for not recognizing it. I mean, she's my mother. I've known her all my life. I've never seen her like this before.
Maybe she has spring fever.
Oh, please. Let's be honest here. She's an old widow. She's not going to react to springtime like some giddy schoolgirl.
James! Good afternoon. Tell me, how are my pewter dishes selling?
Very well, Burnaby.
Well, perhaps it's time to restock.
I don't believe we've ever met.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Let me introduce Burnaby Fitzhugh, as honest a traveling merchant as has ever visited our fair town.
I'm delighted, madam, to make your acquaintance.
Oh, excuse me. James, how long has Burnaby been in town?
Since yesterday.
And how long has your mother been acting strange?
Since yesterday as well.
Don't you see the connection?
Well, you think he's carrying some kind of fever?
No, it's obvious your mother has a crush on Mr. Fitzhugh.
Oh, Polly, I'm surprised a level-headed woman like you would engage in such romantic flights of fancy.
Why, Mr. Fitzhugh, what a surprise. I had no idea you'd be coming to the store today.
Since when do you put flowers in your hair?
Ow! Ow! The lovely Mrs. Winthrop. How nice to see you again.
Will you be staying in Plymouth long?
That depends.
On what?
On how certain transactions go.
Is that so?
Absolutely.
Is he going to sell me some dishes or what? Oh, you have the sharpest elbows. So you really think my mother likes this Burnaby?
James, it's so obvious. Didn't you see the way she was batting her eyes at him?
Thought she was having a seizure.
You don't pick up any signals, do you? No wonder I had to make the first move when we were dating.
You did not. I made the first move.
Oh, James, please. You didn't even know how to kiss. It took me years of training to finally teach you.
I resent that. For a Puritan, I'm a pretty good kisser.
You're getting there.
Mother, Father, Grammy's upset.
Upset, is she? That sounds like the mother I know.
This little baby bluebird has an injured wing. I'm going to take it to my room and nurse it back to health.
Get the Reverend. My mother has been possessed.
She has not.
Oh, come on, Polly. You know my mother. Normally, she'd have eaten that bird.
Father, it's obvious that Grammy is in love.
Not you two. But you really think so?
A woman knows.
Yeah.
My mother in love? Oh, I suppose you two could be right, but I pray it isn't so.
Why, Father?
Because this Burnaby's a man of the world. He's traveled from port to port, the Caribbean, the Far East, the Near East, all the Easts. He's not going to be interested in some backwoods widow.
Good afternoon. Ah, James, is your mother at home?
Why?
Well, I was hoping to talk with her and give her these flowers.
Why?
Why, Mr. Fitzhugh, what a surprise.
A pleasant one, I hope. I saw these flowers, my dear, and could not help but think of you.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Not as beautiful as your eyes, my dear.
Would you care to come into my room? I want to show you something small and fragile.
Why is everyone acting completely deranged? Did somebody poison the well?
It's simple. She likes him and he likes her. Your mother is a grown woman and she deserves a little happiness in her life.
Why? She never let us have any.
Father, is it possible that you feel threatened by the notion of your mother having a romantic relationship?
Why would that be?
Well, many men have complex and unresolved feelings toward their mothers.
Why aren't you outside playing?
This is more fun.
James, just be happy for your mother.
No! Think of all the things that can go wrong.
Or think of all the things that could go right. I mean, James, you're usually so optimistic, a real tankards half full kind of guy. Now you're talking like a tankards half empty kind of guy.
Guess what, everyone? Burnaby set the bluebird's wing.
And after a couple of weeks of hand feeding, it will be as good as new.
We're going for a walk.
Care to join us?
No, thank you. You can go along.
Yes, we'll take off our shoes and run through the
Oh,
wildflowers.
I haven't done that in years.
She hasn't taken her shoes off in years. Those wildflowers don't stand a chance.
Why are you being such a sourpuss?
Yes, Father, I like him. He's a nice man.
They make a very sweet couple.
Yes, I guess they do.
And maybe it's nice for Grammy to have somebody her own age to play with.
She has been lonely. Oh, what's wrong with me? So she has a new chum to buddy around with. Someone to discuss her aches and pains with and talk about the good old days. It's perfectly harmless.
Hey, guess what I just saw?
What, dear?
Grammy and a man are doing what those two squirrels were doing.
James,
Mother, stop it before you spoil your dinner.
Nuts?
Yes, maybe I am. Oh, Cotton, can you give me a hand?
No, I'm waiting for Dr. Addington.
Why, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. Maybe nothing. Just feel a little ootsy. My tummy's been a bit gurgly lately, and I'm sure it's fine, but you'll never know what about me.
Oh, will you help me with this?
Oh, sure. There's some room for it over there.
Whoa! Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for your help.
Oh, I wasn't that much help. What you got in there?
Oh, doctor's ordered a new shipment. Magical stones, goat stomachs, toad skulls, swordfish blades.
No throat lozenges?
Cotton, the man's not a quack.
So, James, how's your mother? Hmm?
Why do you ask?
Well, the word around town is she's letting a pilgrim make some progress.
I certainly wouldn't put it that way.
Hey, what's the big deal? Your mother's an attractive woman.
What?
Oh, come on, James, admit it. Your mother's hot.
If you're referring to her relationship with Mr. Fitzhugh, I assure you it's totally platonic.
Well, it won't be for long. She's hot.
I get your point. Now, if your tummy isn't too gurgly, would you please give me a hand with this crate?
Now that you yelled at me, it's all rumbly again.
Look, just pick up the crate.
No, I'm really serious, Doc. You gotta help me.
I still don't understand the problem. You need an aphrodisiac?
No, quite the opposite. Haven't you got anything to quiet the old boy down?
Why would you want to do that?
Well, you see, Doc, ever since I turned 65, I've become irresistible to women my age. The old ladies can't keep their hands off me.
Have you tried saying no?
I can't, Doc. Have you ever been with a really old lady? Once you try it, you'll never go back.
You know, at first I felt really bad about listening in, but I'm learning a lot.
But for the first time in my life, I'm ready to commit. I've met someone really wonderful here. She's sweet and funny and full of life, but I've said too much.
Listen, I'm a doctor. Nothing you can say will shock me.
It's Grammy Winthrop.
Good God, Mel, you insane! That's the meanest woman I've ever met in my life!
That's because you don't know the real her. Her girlish laughter, her seductive lips.
See? What'd I tell you? Your mother's hot.
But it just kills me that here I am, I've met somebody wonderful, and I can't stop catting around.
With whom?
You've probably noticed her. It's that little temptress, the widow Hartley.
Yes, I can see how you could be captivated by that lazy eye.
I've tried to break off our little rendezvous, but that widow does what she does so well.
James, you're fainting.
Oh, thank goodness it was all a dream.
No, it's real. Ooh, listen, now Bernie was talking about what a great butt your mother has.
Oh, no.
Oh, I think it's so exciting that Grammy has a boyfriend.
Yes, it is wonderful, isn't it?
Elizabeth, how come Grammy has a boyfriend and you don't?
Because I'm in no hurry to submit myself to the shackles of a male-dominated society where women are treated as nothing more than chattel. Not that I don't think you've made the most of your life, Mother.
Thank you, dear.
Just breathe deeply and try to stop the images from taking over your brain.
James, what's wrong?
Children, I need to speak to your mother alone.
Okay, let's go help Grammy get ready for a big date.
Big date? What's he talking about?
Grammy says Burnaby's coming over and has something very important to ask her, so she wants the house to herself. I think he's going to pop the question.
What?
What question is that?
Not now, Cotton.
Okay, well, there's no reason to bite my head off. The world is full of questions. Like, how come whenever you wait around all day for the thatched roof repairman to arrive, the minute you step out, that's when he shows up? Huh?
All right, Cotton, please, I need to speak to Polly.
It happens every time. Or, like, how come you have an accent and none of us do?
I have an accent?
James, what's going on?
We cannot let Mother be alone with this Burnaby.
Why not?
Because he's a dog and a scoundrel. I overheard him at Dr. Addington's and he practically admitted to bedding half the old women in the Northern Hemisphere.
I'm sure you're exaggerating.
I am not. He is dropping anchor with a widow Hartley even as we speak.
He told you? I don't believe this.
It's true. I shouldn't have sent Cotton away. He'd back me up.
Or how come? When you go to a hanging, there's always some jerk behind you who gives away the ending.
Will you come in here?
Yeah, you kick me out.
Now, Cotton, Polly does not believe what happened at the doctor's. Will you please tell her?
Oh, Polly, it's true. My tummy's been rumbly for 3 days.
Hello, boys. Notice anything different?
Your hair is bleeding?
Your hair looks lovely, Mother Winthrop.
Can you correct it?
With the right mixture of berries and red maple leaves, I was able to... Oh, my goodness.
It'll grow out in a few years.
Oh, I look wonderful. Oh, who could have guessed? There was a redhead inside me waiting to get out.
Oh, what have you been doing?
What do you think?
All right, everyone, I need a moment with Mother alone. before she has this date.
Yeah, great. Grammy's like, what, 100 years old and she has a date. Meanwhile, I'm home every night learning how to crochet.
Men like a woman who can crochet.
Right, that's what they're looking for.
Now, James, tell her what you know, but do not upset her.
I know exactly what to say.
Or how come whenever you wash your horse, then it rains?
That is so true.
Mother, perhaps you should sit down.
Oh, I'm too excited to sit.
Look, I'm afraid I have some shocking news for you.
All right, you don't like my hair, I get it.
Listen to me. Burnaby is two-timing you, perhaps three, even four-timing you.
James, he's told me all about it.
He has?
Yes. He confessed his little fling with the widow Hartley, but he swears it's over and he's ready to settle down. So mind your own business or I'll get your new father to give you a whipping.
We're almost done with the inventory. William, how much honey do we have?
I count 7 honey jars. 6 honey jars. Ooh, and I'm gonna need new shoes.
Can I go now, Mother? I know it isn't fun, but this is very important, right, James? James?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was thinking about the inventory. Abigail, how many mother churns do we have? I'm sorry, did I say mother churns? I meant mother churns. Butter churns.
You're pathetic.
James, your mother is fine.
I know she is. There's one thing a Puritan believes, it's that a man can change. The love of a good woman could reform Burnaby, help him turn over a new leaf.
James, guess who I just saw climbing out the back window of the widow Hartley's?
Please tell me it was the angel of death.
Not even close. It was Burnaby.
Oh, no. And to think that cad wants to marry my butter. Did I just say butter? I meant mother.
We know.
What a lovely visit this has been.
Yes, it has.
Grammy, I have something important to ask you. By the way, Grammy, what's your first name?
Maybe when I know you a little better.
All right. Well then, as odd as this may sound, Grammy, will you marry me?
Unhand my mother, you rapscallion.
What do you think you're doing?
Why did you ask Burnaby here what he was doing at the widow Hartley's?
Ask me, I was there too.
Oh, my God!
He went over to end things with her, and I went to offer moral support and to gloat a little.
But Cotton saw him climbing out of the back window.
Well, the widow hardly wasn't listening to reason, so things got a little ugly.
They had a cat fight. I knew somebody was going to get hurt, and I didn't want it to be me.
Well, I suppose you think you cleared everything up, And you have. However, there are a few loose ends which are all neatly tied together, so goodbye. Enjoy mocking me behind my back.
What's the rush? Stay here and we'll mock you now.
Thank you, no.
Ah, where was I?
On one knee, I believe.
Oh, yes. My dear sweet girl, will you make me the happiest man in the new world and agree to be my wife?
I'm very flattered by your proposal. But my mother always taught me you don't buy a mule without riding it first.
Hello? Hello? All right, it's all right, James. They're not here.
Oh, good. I don't know how I can face my mother. Well, I've certainly learned my lesson about herding around wild accusations with no foundation of truth.
Good evening.
Good Lord. He was in her room alone, unchaperoned. This is a disgrace.
Hello, you two. What's new?
We should be asking you that.
Oh, James. You can stop worrying about Bernie. He's leaving tomorrow morning on the supply ship. It's over.
Is he abandoning you?
No, I ended it. It's better this way. Good night.
So she broke it off with him? Oh, well, that's good, isn't it? Now she can go back to being her old... Oh, no, what have I done?
Mother Winthrop, may I come in?
Of course.
Are you all right?
What about Burnaby? Oh, I'm fine. That was a beautiful thing while it lasted. But some things aren't meant to be.
So he didn't propose?
Oh, he proposed. I turned him down.
But you seem to really have feelings for him. You're not putting up a brave front for us, are you?
Oh, no. Polly, just between you and me, Burnaby was all talk.
I'm sorry?
Well, you know how some salesmen are? They give you the fancy presentation. Well, when it's time to deliver the goods, you get nothing but trinkets.
I think I know what you mean, Mother Winthrop.
Oh, he was awful. When I needed pushing, he was pulling. When I wanted pulling, he was pushing.
Okay, this is very interesting, but...
Polly, I'm the kind of woman who needs a man what takes his time. Who knows the power of the slow hand.
Okay, I think I heard William just fall into the well. Gotta go. James?
I am never going to stop shuddering. Ever.
Stay tuned. Thanks. We'll be right back.
Is this the spot?
Yeah, do you hear it rumble?
I think we should operate.
I was hoping for some bubbly water.
Well, we'll try that if this doesn't work.